What does the old mill mean to you?
The old mill is a place where everyone likes to come to learn about our community. It's a place where we can gather and chat about our lives and where we can teach our children what are the important things about the past.
So what does the old mill mean to you?
The mill gives me hope that our past will not be forgotten, the ups and the downs.
So what does the old mill mean to you?
My name is Mary Alice Sealbinder, and I've been a member here at the Old Mill for 47 years. And it is celebrating its 50th anniversary today. The Historical Society was formed in 1968. And the reason it was formed is to take the mill, which was in very, very poor condition, and the village wanted it torn down because it was an eyesore. But the Historical Society organized and said, no, we want to make it into a museum. It's taken us 50 years to get it to look like this, but we are proud of it. We are very happy. We love having people come in and look at the artifacts and for us to show them to them. And we feel that it's a diamond in the rough, and it's a cultural endorsement for the city. And our little schoolhouse is precious, and we have children come to school there, and they enjoy it tremendously. They like the spelling bees. They like the camaraderie. The boys sit on one side of the school and the girls sit on the other. And they go home and tell stories about their experience for the day of going to school in 100 years ago. So we hope Ortonville is proud, and I'm sure they are. We have people coming from all over, and they are amazed when they walk in the door that little Ortonville has this beautiful, well-preserved museum with thousands of artifacts. And the amazing part about it is all these artifacts that you see in here have been donated by Ortonville, Brandon Township, Groveland Township people, and even some folks from nearby communities. So we appreciate their trust that they would give their grandparents and great-grandparents items here to be housed and to be shown to the public. We welcome you to come in any Saturday. We're open from 10 to 2, and we're open from April 1st to December 1st, and Christmas in the Village is our last item for the year, and then we close it for January, February, and March. It is too cold and we can't heat it. But come and see us any Saturday and tell us what you think, and keep us in your prayers and your thoughts, and we welcome donations of any kind. Thank you.
Special guest of honor here that's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Ruth Johnson, Secretary of State. Would you stand, please?
Thank you, Judy. I appreciate it. I found it interesting that 126 years ago was when the pledge was actually written, and also our very first voting machine was in 1926 too. So that's an interesting combination. As we put our hands over our hearts to recite the pledge today, let's do so in honor of those that have served and those that are serving our country. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to thank you, and I especially want to thank Judy and Noah because they let me use the loom the other day. That was fabulous. So thank you for that. Thank you for having such history here, and I do have for Judy a tribute. Now I'm just going to read a teeny bit of it. All right. It says, in special tribute, this document is signed and dedicated to honor and commend the Ortonville Community Historical Society for its resourcefulness and dedication to protecting and promoting the historical, social, and cultural artifacts that give the region its distinct character and flavor. On behalf of the people of the state of Michigan and the communities of Ortonville, Brandon, and Groveland, I extend my sincerest congratulations to the Ortonville Community Historical Society on its Golden Jubilee and wish many more years of success. Judy, can I give that to you? Get a picture. Okay, there we go. Now to take off my glasses, okay, because they're letting that sun come in.
All right, just smile and look pretty.
Always.
Did you get a couple, Miller?
I got two.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Jeff.
Thank you.
And thanks to each one of you. It's so wonderful, the community, and in large part it is because of our history. And it's my best commute of the week because I just had to drive from Groveland where I live.
But you can't turn any miles.
I don't anyway.
And you're reserved too.
And I do have a wedding to go to, a family wedding, so I am going to have to leave, but enjoy yourself. Thanks so much. I don't know if I can move by myself, but at least I get it because of Judy.
I know enough to show her. I'm not the guru of the alone, but I know enough to show her, and she was pretty impressed. So.
I'm very impressed. Noah got a couple of pictures. We'll send it to you, and I'll put this on my Facebook at the station.
Thank you very much, Ruth.
Thank you very much.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Judy Miracle, and I'm the current president of this organization that is now celebrating its 50 years in use. We are all volunteers. We work together to preserve the local history and to educate the community as well. In a little bit, you will hear a brief overview of the development of the Ortonville Community Historical Society since 1968, when we were formed, which includes the acquisition of the grist mill, the man school, and the improvements of both of those buildings, along with some of the community events that we have sponsored. You can also browse our display on the lawn of the 50 years of the Historical Society. We have a lot of people that put a lot of effort and a lot of research into that, so hopefully you'll spend a little time with it. We'll also have it at the museum afterwards in the next time to come. There have been many people that have been involved in the development of the Historical Society, and I'd like to introduce a few of them who could attend today. This is but a small reflection of those that have been part of our organization, and we appreciate the time these folks have taken to attend and join our celebration. First of all, Miss Gwen Hamilton Wyatt, over here in the pretty green. Her parents owned the grist mill, and her mother Emmeline had the vision to make this a museum. The family has been constant supporters of the Historical Society since its inception, and I will talk a little bit more about that later. John and June Hay, right here in the front. In the early years, both of them were volunteers in remodeling the museum. I've seen pictures of them before it even looked like a building, hardly. So it had a lot to do with it. Especially the military room, I understand, and the man school. Many other projects as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I like that.
I don't see them here today, but Janice Turnbull and the entire Turnbull family had a lot to do with all the things that you see here today. Ron Turnbull was also, I think, helping with the military area. Right. And the school, I've seen him in pictures leaned up against that school building on a ladder. Lots of stuff. Much more than I even know about, I'm sure. In fact, Mrs. Turnbull, Ron's mother, was one of the original founders of the Historical Society. What was her first name? Ellen? Ellen Turnbull. Dean Sally are you, Dean? They're right in front of me. Mr. Dean Sally here. He's the past president for many years and is currently a trustee. He and his Brandon Woodworkers Club have made many improvements to the museum. And he and his wife Marilyn were involved in many projects throughout the year. The they're not rectangular, they're square tables that are in the main part of the museum are what most recently what the woodworkers have made. And finally, Mary Alice and Arnold Sealbinder. They were past presidents. She'll tell you all about that, I think, in a minute. And they were instrumental in obtaining the Mann School, which wasn't located there originally, and relocated it to our property and refurbished it so that we can use it as a teaching tool for the historical reenactments of a one-room schoolhouse days. Then I have some thank yous to the people that have been working so hard to make this day come together. I'm actually just, I can't believe how many people are here today. How some of you have come a long ways, some of you have stayed in town to be around, and a lot of you have worked hard on this. This humbles me. I didn't think we would have anything of this magnitude. The ensemble that you see back here, we have 6 people that have volunteered their time to give us lovely music. They're all local people, and we've seen them now and then at different things, but thank you very much. Lovely music, and it goes right along with our historical theme. The committee to create the storyboards that you see over on the red tablecloths. Mary Kasuba and Kathy Gauthier spend lots of times coming in there into the museum and researching in all of our files. Ken Bush and Nathan Starr helped a lot with all that's going on over there. The committee to create, print, and mail the invitations and the programs. Janice Turnbull, she had the original design, and Shauna Quick, our vice president, and Candy Allen, our treasurer, did a lot to help make that program that you see in front of you today. The committee to design and print banners. Now, you see a banner on the front porch. I had no idea that this was going to happen, but Mr. Ron Sutton decided we needed something out there, so he created that and went and had it printed, and we're very happy about it. Committee to organize the food. Of course, June King, she's our kitchen guru.
And Mary Alice.
And Mary Alice, and Linda Daigle, and Karen Sleva, and Tony Froka. All those people were helping to create what's happening. And who else?
Sue and Jeff.
And Sue Yates and Jeff Jones. All right, Jeff, you always make such good, what do you call those things? Scones. Scones, yes, scones. He brings them in on Saturday sometimes. Today you just have cooking, that's all? He's a great cook. To set up the table, the chairs, the sound system, the grill, Ken Bush, Ron Allen, and Roger Miracle. So Roger's not here right now. The committee to advertise. Mary Alice put a couple articles in the Citizen for us, and Carrie Rowell, who works at Beaky's, distributed some things for us, and I think we got some people here because of that. So good job. Committee to organize the escape room, which we had last night. If any of you heard about it or whatever, we didn't have a whole lot of people showing up, but my buddy over here, Noah Cox, has been working on that carelessly for like a couple of months, and it turned out really well. In fact, I would never have been able to get out of that place. So, and I know everything in there. So it was really nice, and in fact, if there's anybody that wants to go through the escape room, we still have it all set up. Maybe a little bit later after this is over, you could do